Hello, my name is Oyenonze and thank you for joining me. So, a few months ago, we saw the Gen Zs and lots of people joining each other in the streets of Nairobi and across Kenya as they tried to oust the government, Ruto's government. They went to the CBD, Tomboya Avenue, Moy Avenue, Uhuru Highway. They were up to the expressway, areas like Donholm, Utawala. We even saw in Kisumu, Mombasa, they even banned some vehicles. And this movement was very powerful. For the first time in the history of Kenya, they even went up to parliament and even stormed parliament and set part of parliament on fire. And the MPs were very frustrated. Most of them were seen running away, running to the basement, running for their dear lives as if they had been caught. Maybe something bad would have happened to them. Some MPs even ran away in ambulances, and we saw like this new wave that was sweeping across Kenya. We thought that this is it, man. For the first time, we're finally getting these corrupt people out of office. But looking 2 months down the line, I don't think that is what has been achieved. We've seen at the beginning the movement was more of leaderless, tribeless, partyless. So this really disturbed the government. They were looking for a way of stopping this movement, and it was very difficult. We saw the opposition leader Raila Odinga joining hands with the government Ruto, and this was part of the strategy that Ruto came up with to annul, or rather to curb the Gen Z protests. So today we want to explore how exactly did Ruto plan out and successfully stop the Gen Z protests and continue his rule. So I have pointed out earlier, the first issue with the Gen Z was that they were partyless, tribeless, and leaderless. So the first thing that Ruto's strategy was to first of all give these people a leader. Second one is to give them a party. Of course, the issue of tribeless, that is very difficult for him to curb, but if these people can be given a party and be given a leader, it will be easier to control the leader and hence control the Gen Zs. So Ruto checked among his campaign team, saw the leaders. They first of all tried to bribe the more vocal people in the team like Hanifa, so Boniface Mwangi. That really wasn't working. So Ruto looked into his campaign team and saw one of the most vocal people during his campaigns. And part of the UDA campaigns was one guy called Murara Kebaso. So this guy was funded, allegedly. These are not confirmed reports. Allegedly, he was funded and he moved around the country and checking on Ruto's projects and denouncing him. In the beginning, he could have been genuine and not compromised, but as time has gone by, it is becoming more and more worrying, rather, and more Kenyans are becoming skeptical. And I think it's just a plan by Ruto that this guy is now appearing like the leader, and even reports say that the office that he got in Kahawa West is being funded by, I think, Peter Kenneth. The car that the paratrooper, the huge vehicle that is now branded in its, is also allegedly funded by Peter Kenneth. These are alleged reports; they're not confirmed. So, yeah. So right now, the Gen Zs have a leader, and the guy is launching a party. I think it's called Inject. So now they have a party. But the sad part of the story is that this guy was part of Ruto's campaign team. He knew Ruto before. He was like he was a Ruto diehard, and for you to campaign someone, you have to have a lot of trust in each other. And I think you've all seen the video that is making rounds where Ruto was talking and Morara Kebaso was right behind him. So by doing this, Ruto has effectively been able to curb the Gen Z movement. Right now, it's just cold waters. Another way that the government is curbing the Gen Z protests, they have been doing abductions, series of abductions. So when they arrest someone, we saw they arrested or rather they abducted Crazy Nairobian, they abducted Francis Gaito, they had abducted some other guy too. So with this series of abductions, the people on the internet keep talking about free this one, free this one, free this one, free this one, and this gives the government more and more time to continue doing their activities. So effectively, they've deviated the attention of the Twitter guys, and with time, people forget to say the Ruto must go chance, the Gen Z, and also this Adani deal. I also think it's just part of the bigger plan to deviate the attention of people so that people can be focused on other things. Stand to be corrected. That is what I just think. Yeah. So effectively, Ruto has been able to have this movement, this Gen Z movement. And one by one, maybe later on, we might see the leaders who are very vocal. They might start coming for these people one by one. So it's very obnoxious, it's a scabrous, odious, abhorrent, and unsavory situation in the country. But we really, really hope that the movement might come back again and correct the situation where they failed. We've also seen new guys like this lady who was in the Finland scandal in Eldoret, one Mercy Tarus. We've also seen her coming out vocally and exposing Murara Kebaso. We don't know who is funded, who is not funded, but what we know is that the movement is weaker than ever. Yeah, it's no longer the Gen Z partyless, leaderless movement that we had before. And the fat politicians are continuing to pocket large sums of money. We saw the Machakos governor, Wavinya Ndeti. Her son was just arrested in the United Kingdom with over 600 million shillings. And this is a lot of money for someone to be seen walking around with, even by the European standards, and that is why he was arrested. So it just tells you, it's just a small picture. If Wavinya Ndeti is one of the most silent governors in the country, and such amounts of money can be found with her son, I tell you, you can guess what other governors are flaunting in, and it is a sad state of issue. Is a sad issue here, but we have to cope with this. So my 2 cents on the whole issue is that I think that the Gen Zs should regroup, post the leaders or the people who purport to be leaders, because these leaders are dining with the government. We saw Kasmil Makoure with Silvano Sosoro, and you can't tell me you can sit down with your enemy and laugh the way they were laughing, and you can't laugh that way and convince me you're not compromised. So it's a very, very sad situation, but we really, really hope that we can get away these leaders and come back to the power that we had initially. Yeah, and the guy who exposed the Adani deal is also being threatened. One, Nelson Amenya, he has received threats from Aaron Cheriot. Aaron Cheriot is saying that he will sue him, and this is a very, very sad situation, but we hope it doesn't come to that, or rather maybe the Gen Z lawyers like Faith Adhiambo can come and support Nelson Amenya, because whistleblowing the Adani takeover deal was not an easy thing, and we hats off, salute him for the good work that he's doing. Yeah guys, that is that. Thank you for joining me in this discussion, and I highly appreciate this. Continue liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel, as we discuss some of the most controversial and trending issues in the country. Cheers guys, and see you in the next one.